Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Underground Lounge. It's your boy Spank Horton, one of your hosts. And I can't do the show by myself. I got to do it with my bro. Make some noise for my guy, Lemon Pepper Lou Will, y'all. Make some noise for Lou Will. 3-time six-man champ. Come on, man. Talk to us, baby. How's everything?
They got I'm on the show with you. Why you introducing me like that?
You want to know why I introduced you like that? I just watched New Heights. Shout out to New Heights. They just had LeBron on, and the way they introduced LeBron, I said, damn, that was dope as hell.
That was actually, I'm going to keep it real. That was a fire intro.
That was.
Then he did
the smoke, I mean, not the smoke, the powder. Yeah, that was dope as hell. That's why I was like, let me get my guy.
I saw it different though.
What you saw?
I was like, oh, my friend doing pods now?
Right? Oh, no.
I said, oh, you doing pods
Oh,
now?
yeah, for sure. Oh,
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Brian gonna pull up. He gonna pull up.
Fact.
I got a couple funny stories with Brian.
No, that's a fact.
But with that being said, we got a special guest in the building, a friend of mine, you know what I'm saying? You know, you might have seen him on Family Matters. That's what he's known for, his iconic role as Steve Urkel. And he also got a game show you need to watch. It's syndicated. It's everywhere. Make sure y'all watch Flip Side. He's the host, my guy right here, Jaleel White. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for Jaleel White. Come on, man.
What's good, brother? How you been?
I appreciate that polite applause from the ladies because I don't think you have anybody in here who was born before Space Jam. Is there anybody who was born before Space Jam? Can I see? I saw one hand in the back. Okay, everybody was born after Space Jam in the room. I just want everybody to know that.
We got a nice balance.
Yeah, we got a nice balance.
Nice balance.
Okay. Hey, I've never done a pod where the women got carded. Covered in though. I never done it.
Yeah, you got to these days.
Yeah, you got to
these days.
You got
to.
to.
It's definitely a must. You gotta ask for ID when they come in the club. Hold on, let me see the ID again, just in case you pass it back to your girlfriend, because you know they got moves like that where they pass it back off. But we ain't into that over here in the Underground Lounge. It's 21 and over.
Absolutely.
23 and over. Matter of fact. You know what I'm saying? Just in case.
I don't care where we plan to go, we never make it to our destination.
We never do.
We never make it.
But that's what the lounge is about, though.
You know, 23 and over is still after 2000, though, right?
It's still after,
still after 2000.
2001, ain't it? It's 2002, I mean, because it's 2025 now. Yeah, shouts out to 2025. Happy New Year, everybody. Goddamn. Yeah, we ain't know.
This is our first time back in the lounge.
It's our first time back in the lounge.
New Year,
yeah, for the New Year. Yeah, I don't know when it's going to drop, but Happy New Year.
Nah, this our first time. We've been on the road. We went down to ATL. We filmed a little bit.
Yeah.
Then we took a week, and then we came back, and you know, unfortunately, the fires out here kind of delayed everything and everything like that. So
right.
You from Pasadena?
Yeah, I grew up in Pasadena, so shout out to everybody that is going through it, and in Altadena. Yeah.
How do you feel about? Let's get straight to it. How do you feel about the people that get that feel a way about people like in Malibu that got their houses burned? Because I'm on social media a lot, you know, and I like to talk to the people, and the people is ignorant as hell. So, you know, they like to say crazy shit to the famous and the rich people. And they saying, oh, man, they worry about that one house in Malibu burned up. They got like 5 houses. Wow. Exactly. And I be telling people, like, yo, it's not about that. They got memories at that house. They got this. Well, maybe because we broke and it's not about that. It's still human beings. You know what I'm saying?
It's hard to humanize it, you know, because the media is definitely not covering it, you know. You know, proportionately, you know, you hear more about the Palisades than you are about Altadena, and the reality of it is that the insurance situation out there is different. So I know on my social media, I share, there's a spreadsheet actually that has a lot of the minorities and Latino families direct GoFundMes. Oh, wow. And so you can go there and you can just look through their stories, and $20, $40, $60, it doesn't even matter, and just sprinkle it around. I actually have a dude, I'm not gonna say his name because I mentioned him in my book, but I mentioned him differently in my book and favorably, but he was like, I do. He's 84 years old and his house burned down, but he famously sold shoes in Pasadena, and he would always give shoes away to the kids who didn't have shoes, who had holes in their shoes.
This is a black guy, right?
Yeah, it's a black, exactly. And when I saw the story, I was like, yo, my mom used to go into his store and be haggling for the $10 discount on the Jordans, and you know, it was a whole thing. He was really famous in Altadena, and I think they've raised like over $500,000 for him, man. I knew I threw some chips at it, and I threw it up on my social media too.
That's dope.
So his initials are WB, and I was just like, I'm showing love.
Educate me. I'm from ATL, but what I'm understanding from the news, Altadena is a predominantly black neighborhood.
Yeah, Altadena is basically Pasadena is divided by Lake Street. So basically, everything east of Lake is Altadena.
Okay.
Yeah, and I also heard that they wasn't redlining over there back in the day, so a lot of black people owned houses back in like the 60s and 70s, where probably paid $60,000, $80,000 for the house, but now they're worth $1 million, $1.5 million.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like
so that's why a lot of the people though who lost their homes over there are like they're in their 80s, they're in their 90s. I mean, Jackie Robinson was from up there, and so many great athletes came from that area. I mean, you name it, Stacey Augman. Yeah, I just these are the people I grew up with.
Right.
If that side of Pasadena, man, your game had to be tight, otherwise.
You was a hooper?
I played plenty, man.
Played a little bit. Spank played a little bit.
Yeah, I played a little bit.
Wow.
I don't understand why people laughing at all
Right there, wow.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm happy that's never happened to me. You a hooper? Damn.
First of all, my senior year, my team was ranked number 15 in the country, you know what I'm saying? My high school, my senior year, you know what I'm saying? My freshman year, it was ranked number 1. I mean, shouts out to Rasheed Wallace, you know what I'm saying? He was
you played with Rasheed?
No, I didn't play with him. He was a senior, I was a freshman.
Okay, I see what's going on.
Yeah, I didn't play with him. No, I didn't play with him.
Okay, I got it. So he didn't even know you were in the building.
Nah. He found out about me when I started doing comedy. You went to grad school? Okay, yeah.
But you played high school basketball.
Yeah, I did. I talk about it in my book actually because they let me.
Actually, let's introduce your book because we should have the book here, but the producer said it was sold out.
We went to 3 different stores.
You know what? When your producer told me it was sold out, it's the jankiest thing I ever heard. I brought you 2 bookmarks.
Put them joints right there.
Bookmarks right there.
You see when our brothers come through and they bring their books?
You know what I'm saying?
Look, DeMar was here 2 months ago.
I know. But I hit him earlier and I told him, I said, I just came off the road.
Please.
You think they could pick up a couple books? And he said, oh man, they sold out at both spots he went. So I'm like, okay, that could be some BS, but
look, I'm gonna tell you
I know it's been selling well.
I'm gonna tell you the real. I don't know about Spank, but if I'm saying we gonna go get that book, I promise you, and I'll put that book right there. But they,
for sure.
Say less.
The homies, the guys, listen, and shout out to the guys, man, because they work hard, man, and they try to make all this shit happen. So they really put the legwork in.
Yeah, no, Simon and Schuster hooked me up, man, and the book was really, really fun.
What's the name of the book?
It's called Growing Up Urkel, and it's a big shot from the 90s. It was, it shows what my real childhood was. A lot of people don't know. I went to public school. I went to John Marshall.
While on the show?
High school. While I was on the show.
Wow.
Every 2 weeks, I would go back to school.
That couldn't have lasted long.
I got away with it until the 8th grade. So I did 6th, 7th, and 8th grade.
3 years.
And then I still stayed in public school, but I transferred to South Pasadena High School, and I kind of had a different arrangement with them.
Yeah.
Okay. How did that feel? Well, you was a kid, so you probably didn't realize how dope of a character that you was playing and how it was going to leave an impression on. It left an impression on me.
No.
I'm sure Lou, everybody in the crowd. I know, like when people run up to you, like what do they say to you? I want to hear the good and the bad, though.
Oh, they say everything.
It's everything.
I mean, you get the whole variance. I can hear tone now. That's what I've had to teach myself, especially even when my daughter came into the world. Because it's like, you don't want anybody saying crazy stuff with you when you with your kid. You're like, please, just come on, I'm with my daughter.
I live by the wish creed.
Right. you wish a nigga would. You wish a nigga would. But if I could tell if somebody says the character name, if they're an elderly grandmother or something from the South, I don't have a bad reaction to that at all. I understand she probably doesn't even get to see many celebrities on a daily basis anyway.
True.
But then, if you're in a bar or something like that and you surrounded with, ladies like this in a room or whatever, and then you get that Negro that, he's having his own sausage fest and he wants to say it then. It's a very comfortable room. I wish you guys could see it at home. It's a very comfortable room. Then that's hate. You know what I'm saying? So you just you can hear the tone when somebody says it, and then for the most part, black women see me and in their heads or out loud they just say, "Oh, Stefan."
Nah,
they go by Stefan with you when they see you in public. Okay, I know you put Stefan on the book. You ain't put Urkel on the book. You put Stefan on the book.
That ain't Urkel on that cover.
Yeah, that ain't
no, the cover.
Stefan on the cover.
Well, with which he had it, but I was just having fun with it. It was just like anytime you see a man hit that pose on the cover of the book, it means there's fire.
Platinum.
It means there's fire. Exactly, you going platinum. So that's really what it was about. I was an R&B kid more than I was a rap kid. I was Blackstreet. I was High Five. I was a sentimental dude.
Can you sing?
Hell no. As a matter of fact, I didn't know any of the lyrics. I just loved the tunes. I don't know what it was. My mama was a big Luther fan, big Freddie Jackson fan.
Shouts out
so
to
that's
Skinny Luther, Big Luther.
That's both. Are you kidding me? That's a proud moment, even as a son. The day I got to introduce her to Luther Vandross, I was like, "Come on, Mama, I'm gonna take you to the concert."
Oh, you introduced Luther too? Wow.
Yeah, took her backstage.
That's dope as hell. Man, at a young age, you was doing this. Sheesh. I want to know what I'd be right now. I'll probably be strung out. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'll probably be strung out right now. Being rich at that age? Come on, man. What?
But I'm telling you, dog. I didn't really understand. I didn't have a proper concept of money back then, and we didn't have social media like this, man. So,
that's true.
So it was like my first car was my dad's old Acura 4-door, and it was like all you had was Lifestyle of the Rich and Famous, or any white kid that had a Mercedes or something in their driveway as an indicator that somebody was rich. Yeah. It wasn't like that. And so I kind of joke about it even in the book. My mom would always give me $300. And if I needed something or wanted something, it was just always a $300. And then it wasn't until I got to college and I started using the ATM myself that I realized that was the maximum number on, on the ATM machine.
But you figure at that age, like, moments like that's cooler than the money for real. Like being able to go to events, being able to be front row everywhere you go.
Oh yeah, but you still have normal moments. I think that's the thing I'm probably most proud of in my childhood. Like I remember one time I was in Orlando, and it was right before Mother's Day, and I was in a mall with with Leah Wilcox. Do you remember Leah Wilcox for the NBA? I was with Leah Wilcox for the NBA. And I was going back, and I needed to give a gift for my mom for Mother's Day. And I was in this purse store, and I saw the purse, and it was way up there, and it was one of those kind of things where the lady's gonna have to get on the ladder and get the stick and do the whole thing. Mm-hmm. And I said, "Can I see that one up there, please?" And I was probably about 17 or 18 years old. And she's like, "That one's very expensive." And I was like, "Yeah, that one." and I just never forget the way she treated me. It was the scene from Pretty Woman, essentially.
Oh, wow.
And it was like my first moment where it was
all the money
like
balled up in your hand too.
No, and serious, because that's what I did. It was just like, okay, it was 1, 2, 3, 4, and thank you very much. And it was just the way she looked at, because she didn't know who I was at all. I had normal moments like that, when you get pulled over by cops, and how'd you get this car, and and then they go back and talk and be like, you know what that is.
I had one of them, but I think I earned it though.
You did?
Yeah, at King of Prussia in Philly, matter of fact. Because I'm in the NBA, I'm 18 years old. I go in King of Prussia. This is my first time really having a budget I can go really play in the mall. I walked in a polo store and I told the lady, "Hey, ma'am, I want every color of these shirts."
Oh yeah, she ready to call security.
She called security on me.
She called security.
She called security. And so security came, the manager came. The manager recognized me though. He's like, "What's the problem?" I said, "I don't know. She called you. I don't have a problem."
That's such a cool
story. I said, the only
now.
thing that I asked for was every one of these shirts in the large. And he was like, "That's it?" I said, "That's it." And he gave me every shirt in the large. But the lady called security on me. She thought I couldn't have been stealing them. I guess she thought I was trying to give her a hard time.
Well, trust me, she told that story a lot more than you have.
She probably sold some more shirts and went on about her life. That lady probably ain't thought about me. But that shit left a mark on me, though.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, all those type of experiences, man.
Yeah.
So speaking of your book, what are you talking about in the book? Are you talking about your whole, because you say growing up with Urkel.
Yeah, man, but it's more about my childhood behind the scenes. It's more about the lessons that you learn where adults played you, and then you get to go back in hindsight and you be like, oh man, that's what y'all were doing. That was the angle, that was the play. There's a life lesson at every story.
Right.
I always like pointing out that Darius McCrary and I, who play Eddie Winslow, Darius was always a pituitary case. The day I ever started the show, Darius was 6'2", 220 pounds. and we are only 6 months apart in age.
Wow.
And so nobody ever really realized that.
Yeah.
Darius's mom would let him drive to work when he was 14. He was pushing the whip, the BMW, and I'm sitting passenger, my mom's pulling me in, and Darius is pulling me in like that. So Darius was always kind of like my older brother on the show. But then when the lights came on, it was time for us to do the show. the roles kind of reversed because I would just see certain things and maybe I would even pitch him jokes or something like that right in the heat of the moment. But Darius drove me on my first date, man.
Wow.
We used to go to Prince concerts all the time.
Prince.
Me and Darius. We used to go to Prince concerts. I love it when other celebrities tell a story and I have a story that intersects it. So I'm listening to their story and I'm like, I remember listening to Halle Berry talking about how she met Prince the first time. And I was like, oh shit, I was there.
Wow. Wow.
And it was at the Key Club and Prince was performing. And
Hey, can I stop you, bro?
Yeah.
I got a short-term memory, man. You met Halle Berry before? Oh man, all right.
I love that moment.
That's what's up.
I love that moment. I love that moment.
Miss Berry in my house.
Yes.
All respect. All due respect.
That's how famous he was. Yeah, Halle Berry just skimmed right through it like it's nothing.
He breezed through Halle Berry. I want to talk about Halle Berry now. My fault.
No, that's not your fault. It's your show. I'm on your show. I'm a guest on your show.
Listen, they here to see you.
No, man.
No,
This
we
one of
want
the
to hear your
greatest.
story, though. We want to hear your story. You had Prince. Holly's told the
So
story.
we at the Key Club, and Halle said that she had met Prince on an interview, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I was there. And what really went down was Darius and I were right on the railing. And all this VIP section stuff, it wasn't like that back in the day. Like you had to hold your spot on the railing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I mean, and that was, you keep your spot. You move, it's gone. Somebody will take your spot. And looked over his shoulder and he saw Halle Berry come in with like a publicist or somebody behind us. And she was doing that, that good looking woman thing where it's like, who's gonna get me a better seat kind of, but I wish I could see better, right? And she was the rightest because everybody's recognizing her.
Right.
So Darius reached in his pocket and he paid the couple next to us $100 to move.
Oh, wow.
He paid him $100 to move.
So she can
And so then he was like, hey, we got a spot for you over here.
Wow.
So he comes, so Halle came over, she stood next to us right there on the railing. Now when she tells the story, you can go Google it on your own.
Right.
She tells us, she says, the first time I met Prince, I was on the railing and he must have seen me from the stage. And he must have seen me from the stage because the next thing I know, security was tapping me on the shoulder and inviting me to come backstage. So we left immediately and we went.
Wow.
So she was gone.
Right.
And I'm sitting there looking at Darius and I was just like, your $100 is really gone like that. And back then it was $100 was $100. Like that was a hell of a flex move, right?
Great move.
But I love how my childhood, just like at 17,
Right.
18 years old, you know what I'm saying?
That's funny. That's
It
funny.
intersects with
If I
that.
was Darius, I'd be mad.
Oh,
be
he was
mad.
classy as hell about it,
He
though.
was?
He was classy as hell about it.
Right, he was-
Hey, I gotta call out one thing though. I have had the good fortune to accidentally live by a lot of NBA stars. I was practically Kobe Bryant's neighbor in the Palisades. Good wishes to the Palisades. And two of the NBA's best six men in the marina. It was
J.R. Smith and Jamal Crawford?
You can use Snoop. Jamal Crawford was one of them,
okay.
and then it was this other dude, and it was this other dude, Lou Williams. It was the Lou. We was neighbors.
Oh, wow.
Did they ever talk about you?
I don't be lying.
Talk about me to you?
Underground for real. Y'all don't know where I'm at. I don't be lying. No. What happened?
It was. I don't want to say where you lived. I don't like
cool.
doing
I
it.
moved.
Okay, you moved. Okay, no, you did. So it was over in Playa.
Yeah.
You had a spot in Playa. And like white neighbors, they always want to let you know where the other rich one is.
Yeah.
They were just like, he's over there. You're friends with him, right? He's over there, right? Your friends was like, no, I've never met him, but I heard he's over there, man. Each one will tell you. It was like, man. So I knew you lived over there. I never want to knock on your door, not like that, corny. But I remember I was.
That would have been the coolest shit that ever happened.
I never saw you anywhere, but then
Yeah.
I was dating this
That's a
one.
compliment.
Oh no, you kept it low. You kept it low because you had the trees on your street blocking your stuff anyway, and it was okay. All right, it was nice. It was nice.
It makes me happy that the goal was.
The goal was.
Oh yeah. Oh no, this gonna get good. This one right here. This gonna get good. I don't tell stories without a point.
They wanted to hail the neighbor, and I said, nah. There's more to it. Let's go.
No, she's like, get to, hurry up. You talk too slow. So I was dating this shorty at the time, and unfortunately, I had to find out she was a little thirsty when we ended. But at the time, I thought she was really my girl, I
thought she was my girl. That's a key point to this story, all right? Let's go.
I'm a very observant dude. People have to understand I'm an observant dude. That's where comedy comes from, right?
Yes.
And so I turn the corner and she's in the passenger side, and I turn the block, and it's like, it's all these niggas throwing a football around, but like their shirts is off and shit. And it's like the caramel skin is like popping, and it's like, it looks like a Essence Men magazine photo shoot in the middle of the street. I've never seen this before. It's like 4 or 5, they all good looking, they glistening. You know, these niggas are glistening, right? And they just throwing a football. Do you remember this day? They just throwing a football in the street. So this is not the kind of neighborhood where it's like glistening niggas are throwing the football in the street, right? And so as soon as we turned the corner, I could just feel her be like, oh shit. And it was that moment where you realize, damn it, you're not my girl, it's my turn.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And it was like, if you had turned this corner and seen all this glistening, she probably would have parked her car and put on some fitness clothes and just went jogging by.
Cause we was in shape them days.
Oh, hey, listen. Even I was pulling into my driveway quick. It was like, I said, man.
So y'all was playing like football?
They just look athletic and rich.
I'm gonna tell you what used to happen. We used to sit in the kitchen, some shit talking, jump off. I can play football right now better than you. Like one of them conversations go too far.
Right.
Somebody goes to the store, buys a football. Next thing you know, it's a 2-on-2.
But when does the shirt come off? Y'all don't see men.
Listen,
it's a little warm out there.
you know, Black. You know, Dre, they work out.
They all work out, yeah.
You know,
she saw all that. She said, "Oh shit!" I said, "Oh
yeah." It was a different time.
Right.
Yeah, I got a homeboy. His nickname Strong.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I saw Strong.
Strong was out there. We called him Strong. That's how he 8 o'clock gym boy on the dot. He going back at noon. He in there at 5 o'clock.
Posting all 3 times.
Not training nobody. He just in there working out all day long. He one of them type.
Well,
of
you
guys.
fucked up the vibe in my house, so I went and called security. There's 8 very strong niggas outside playing football, and I'm pretty sure only one of them is in the NBA. Could you please have them removed?
That's what's up. Me, Jamal, and Kobe.
Wow, that's dope.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
You got a funny story about Kobe and Jamal too? Or they didn't play football on the street and stuff like that?
I don't have one. I don't have one about Jamal. Jamal's actually really corporate Negro. He cool. He's straight up and down. Jamal gets his rest. Jamal take care of his child. You know, he like.
He just got the NBC job.
Yeah. When he put that tie on, I was like, "That's the Jamal I know."
I went on him on his page too.
Cole.
I said, "Yeah, you got an NBC mustache right now."
You got an NBC mustache. No, you didn't.
He commented back.
And I know what that mustache looks like. I know. Kobe is different, man, because, you know, again, like Kobe was one of the early generation go to the league where they kind of second guessing themselves. Mm-hmm. You know, so he would hang out at UCLA a little bit. You know, he was kind of curious. I do have one little story with Kobe. May he rest in peace. If you cross paths with Kobe, he either taught you something about yourself or he brought something out of you.
He was dead serious.
You understand what I'm talking about.
He was dead serious.
But in this case, it's just an innocent Kobe story, though. But I have my former co-star, Michelle Thomas. May she rest in peace. She played Myra. She used to always try to fix me up with girls. She would fly me to Martha's Vineyard in the summertime just to hook me up with girls. Wow. And so she was like,
That's a crazy summer.
Right? It was great summer. Yeah, Ben Baker.
You the first one been flued?
Alonzo Mourning.
So he got flued out.
He got flued out. Martha's Vineyard too. Fire.
Man, Oak Bluff is great, dog. That little chicken coop where they put the luggage.
Actor. God damn.
Some great, I got some great stories. But But Michelle was like, she came to my dressing room. We were about to rehearse, and she was like, "Hey, Dominique Dawes is in town." And she had just won, gold medal with the Olympics with the team. And she was like, "I think she's having a dinner. Like, do you want to come?" And I'm like, "Hell yeah, I'd love to be Dominique Dawes. Yeah, okay, cool." And so she came back after we finished rehearsing a couple scenes, and she was like, "Okay, I have the details. It's going to be you. It's going to be Marlon Wayans, Lorenz Tate." And I was like, "Marlon Wayans, Lorenz Tate? Like, well, what is this, an audition or is this a dinner? Like, what? I don't get it." And she just kept naming niggas, just one after the next. And I was like, I'm cool, Michelle. Right. She's like, "Oh, just go. You'll have fun. I said, I don't know. I couldn't figure it out. So really, like, the culture even way back then was like, if you were popping, certain people were smart enough to know, to be like, yo, I need a publicist. I need to get out here and start meeting people who are of value, and, and we can do things together, et cetera, et cetera. And my mom was so corny. My mom used to set me up on all these terrible blind dates, man. And so I was just oblivious to that. So bottom line, I went to the House of Blues like 2 nights. And like 2 nights after that. And the VIP section at the House of Blues used to be thick to try to get into. It was like, it had that railing that overlooked the stage. And there's no VIP again. You either had to know somebody at Interscope or one of the record companies, or you in there just trying to get some space. Right. And on this particular night, I forgot who we were seeing. It might have been Meth and Red or something. I forgot. But it was thick. And Michelle sees me. I didn't even know she was going to the show. And she's like, "Jaleel, do you have a seat?" And I was just like, "No, I don't have a seat tonight. I don't know anybody associated with the show." And she said, "Well, hold on." She said, "I'm with Kobe Bryant." And so she goes over and she says, "Kobe said you can sit at his table." And so I'm like, I have some other stories about Kobe too, where it was like we had just met and it was just weird because I was friends with Penny Hardaway. Yeah. And so Penny was like, Kobe was serious about attacking certain Negroes. Like I'm telling stuff there. Kobe was like, "Hey, Kobe, I'm gonna let you chime in. I want you to chime in. I'm gonna let you chime in." Right? So,
he don't know.
So I was like, "Please, I want to know." So I'm like, all right. I come over, he said, "Kobe said it's okay if you sit at his table." So I come over, I mosey over, and he's sitting there, man, like in a jersey. This is the jersey era, and his arm is around Dominique Dawes. And I just felt some kind of way. And I shouldn't have, but I just felt some kind of way, because I was just like, he got the job. He was at that dinner and he was chose. Right? So Kobe had just used to have this kind of demeanor that it was just like you had to have a certain kind of alpha to break his alpha to create a certain kind of camaraderie. Right. And I didn't have that alpha yet. And so it was kind of like, he was like, "Hey, yeah, you good?" You just give you the nigga nod. He was like, "Yeah, you good? You can sit down." I was like, "Nah, I'll stand. I'm good." So I just stood
the whole time.
For the whole time. And she's barely even looking at me like I wasn't even on the audition list, right? Like my name wasn't signed in. And that was like, I don't know, that was like a moment that I wish I could have gotten back with more maturity, because I would have sat my ass down and been the most charming motherfucker. When you grown.
What y'all talking about?
Right? Yeah. And I wish
when you young,
I was like, you got shows. Right? So I want to know the Penny story. I want to know what you know now.
We have a rule in the underground.
When his name come up.
When Penny Hardaway's name come up, I never talk about Penny Hardaway, but if you ask me, I'm going to tell my truth. I'm going to tell my truth. I don't fuck with Penny.
Okay.
It is not a problem. It is not a beef. I respect everything that he's doing as a coach, as a man. Me personally, I said I ain't never gonna fuck with him. I gotta stand on what I said. I don't fuck with him. Growing up, I grew up in Memphis, Tennessee.
Oh.
So you said you was friends with Penny. Yeah. To me, it don't get bigger than Penny. Like Penny.
It doesn't. I know. It was him and Lorenzen.
If you're from Memphis, there is people that will literally argue with you that he's better than Michael. Michael Jordan.
Nigga, let me tell you how. It was him, Lorenzen, Elliot Perry.
Oh,
yeah.
Todd Day. Yeah.
He
was really in Memphis. Yeah.
Nigga, I was in Memphis.
Yeah.
That was actually
all of my heroes.
That was the best.
I used to watch them in the Bluff City Classic. That's like the pro-am.
That's everything. And Penny used to kill. I mean, his numbers he put in the Bluff.
Penny was the guy.
In the Bluff.
Like Penny, Todd Day, Elliot Perry, like he just mentioned, Lorenzen Wright. I want to give everybody their flowers.
Right.
But
that's where I'm gonna be like, that's where I really learned to hoop and I got down with those cats.
So I want to paint this picture. I'm a kid growing up watching these guys, and the mega star is Penny.
Yeah.
So I took that with me throughout my course. 17 years old, I'm senior in high school. I got an opportunity to go to the league, so I'm working with this agent. He takes me to the Hawks game. First of all, he asked me, do you want to meet Penny Hardaway? Hell yeah, I want to meet Penny Hardaway. I'd never met the man. Seen him 1,000 times as a kid. Never had the heart to like go up to him. I was even in his camp and didn't like meet him. He came, he gave his speech. You know what I'm saying? One of them type of joints. So
I was at that camp.
I revered Penny, and it's cool that you was my neighbor because I looked up to you too. But, I met the man, and he never acknowledged me. He shook my hand and never looked me in my eyes. He just kept having this conversation that shit crushed me. And so now that I have a microphone and people know that I'm Blue Williams, every opportunity I get, I tell my
you know what?
When his name come up, not every opportunity.
You know what? I'm not mad at that though. But
we squashed it, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Yeah, but I'm still. It's just.
I'm gonna be real with you.
They start laughing because it's a running joke.
No, because I'm gonna be real with you. Just because I'm like, I understand hoop culture. I love hoop culture. I love that you felt that way.
Yeah.
And you need to understand that it's because you felt that way that you went on to become who you are.
No, you know what he did teach me? He taught me how to interact with my fans. That's what came out of it.
That's what people don't understand. That's what people don't understand. When you're crossing paths with other souls, it's a reason, a season, or a lifetime.
Yeah.
So, you know, the number one thing I think you can do in your life really to combat trauma is to tell yourself, I have to learn how to learn from people I don't like. I have to learn how to learn from people who have done me dirty. Something happened in that interaction that I was supposed to pick up on. And if you didn't pick up on that, then you missed out on the lesson that was gonna make you greater. So, you know, he didn't understand, and Penny wasn't raised, you know, Penny had his grandmother, that's all he had.
But hold on, I'm gonna take him off the hook though, because since then I've been an 18-year pro, and every once in a while, it's a young guy that might come up to you at the wrong time, looking for some advice about the wrong shit. And you be like, young, and like, this is not the time.
This is not the time.
Like, this is not the time. So I also understand that part of it too. But just looking up to him how I did, and that was my first interaction with him, that shit crushed me. But he was man enough to understand what he meant to me. And when I ran into him, we had a one-on-one, he cleared the room. And we had a one-on-one.
Oh, I know he would.
Yeah.
Right.
And I also know how in his mind he just wasn't even looking at it that way. I've met more people. I'm not gonna say I met more people than him, but I'm just like, we have a different. Penny doesn't care about leaving Memphis.
Yeah.
Like, he told me that. That was an issue. Like,
Yeah.
he literally.
He's Elvis Presley.
Yeah.
Wow.
He was like, he and I went on a trip to Japan where we were just like, we were opposites on that trip. Because I'm trying to eat sushi and I'm trying to see culture, and Penny was like, I'm gonna buy my electronics, I'm gonna do this Nike thing, and I'm not leaving my room, and also I'm only eating baked chicken and rice. And I'm like, but we in Japan, nigga. What are you doing? Right? And it was like, but that's who he was. And so for me, I was just like, I learned from a lot of people how to interact with fans. And I love interacting with fans, especially the ones that give you the positive energy, man, because they don't even realize, even for us, the fans that give you the positive energy, they might keep you going when the business is kicking you.
Hell yeah. Have you ever met a celebrity in a similar situation or had a similar experience and it was on some, not dickhead shit, but just on some, you know.
Yeah, I met plenty of celebrities that are on some dickhead shit. But I'm not gonna talk about people that I met that were complete assholes.
Yeah, you gotta name their name.
You know,
I just want to hear the story. I just want to hear the story.
But I'm like, what can I will tell you this about celebrity.
Yeah.
Celebrity can create a delulu that if you don't get under control, you know, you're kind of just living in a bubble. I got a funny story about Space Jam, because they actually filmed that Michael Jordan filmed Space Jam in '95 on Warner Brothers lot, right next door to our stage. So we couldn't wait to get off work every day and go over to this special giant Jordan dome that they built. And it was air conditioned. They had putting greens in there. It was the finest women and people standing around watching the games. Juwan Howard, Grant Hill, Reggie Miller. You just walked in there on any given day and it was the best pickup ball you'd ever seen.
Wow.
And every now and then, if it was just like 3-on-3 or something like that or whatever, or they were just, shooting for money or anything, I'd jump out there. It'd be Dean Cain, some other actors. But I always had a sense, because I played with Penny at the Fieldhouse in Memphis, and so I always kind of had a sense when the competition was starting to get to that level where it's like, I can't really guard no nigga out here. I need to get off the floor, right? 'Cause that's and that's really the way it goes. It's like, as long as I see somebody I can guard, I don't care who's out there, I'll play.
Right.
But then if it's like, oh, you got to guard Lou, I was like, oh, okay, I'm gonna sit this one out.
Listen, I had an experience with somebody like that, and they didn't get the message. Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather did not get.
He didn't get the email?
No, Champ was in full-time Champ mode. Like, Champ
He was a celebrity. He was in Delulu mode a little bit.
We playing basketball. We were playing in a celebrity basketball game, but the celebrities to basketball ratio was like 1 celebrity, 10 basketball players.
I've been in that game.
So, but Floyd is there, and Floyd is the champ.
Right.
But we like, in here, we the guys.
Yeah, Floyd, you gonna get hurt.
So he like, I'm the most conditioned athlete, this and that. We keep telling them for 3 quarters, that shit does not matter out here. We like, champ, you can't punch nobody out here, bro. That shit don't matter. So for 3 quarters, it's an all-star game. We just running up and down the court, shoot some threes, running up and down. 4th quarter, I tapped him. I said, this is the part you might want to get out the way. And Floyd looks at me with a straight face, said, fuck you think you talking to? I'm Floyd Mayweather.
Shit.
Please tell me what happened next. Please tell me what happened next.
We let Floyd stay out there for about 45 seconds. And he realized.
He felt it.
He knew, oh, these motherfuckers got me. Like, that was the first time I seen him like, y'all got it.
Yeah.
And he got out the way. Real pros turned into real
Dog,
pros.
listen.
They had to get him out the way.
That's the realest story. And it was like, you got to know your skill level. And so it was thick in there in the Jordan Dome on this day. It was so thick. Our UCLA 95 championship team with Charles O'Bannon and Toby Bailey couldn't get on the floor.
Wow.
They couldn't get on the floor.
They couldn't get on the floor.
It was just too many NBA players. So I'm sitting there and Damon Wayans walked in and he tapped me and he was like, "Who got next?" And I was like, I don't know. And so he started stretching and he doing all the cliche celebrity things. He got all the sweatbands on and everything, right? And he looked like any Martin from any episode about to do too much, right? Right. And so Rod Strickland walked in. I know Rod. And Rod walked in just in awe. Like, even other NBA players would walk into this facility and be like, I can't believe they built this for Michael. Right. And so Rod was wearing jean shorts and he had Tim's on. And he was like, yo, I got to get some of this shit. I need some shoes. So Tim Grover went to start getting Rod some shoes. And he was like, yo, so Rod now is like, oh, hey, yo, who got next? And Rod turns to Damon Wayans. He was like, hey, yo, do you know who has next? And Damon was like, I got next. And I'm sitting here, I'm in the middle of this. This is David Wayans, this is Rod Strickland. I'm in the middle of this. And I'm like, please don't do this. Please don't do this. And he was like, hey, who you running with? He was just like, I got my 5.
Oh, my God. So Rod Strickland?
Damon Wayans told Rod Strickland, I got my 5. I'm just sinking in my chair right now, like, this is going to be horrible. Somebody could really get hurt. So Damon steps on, and Mike was so classy about it, though, because he just saw the team that had been formed that was even coming on.
That 5.
And I'm observing. I see the little step aside conversation, and then they gave Mike a mic and to address the dome. And he was like, hey, I love everybody coming out here. It's Clint Eastwood standing in here. Major star. He was like, but you got to know your skill level. The rule is if you wear the logo, you step on the floor immediately. And you got to know your skill level. Otherwise, somebody's really going to get hurt. This is a professional level of play. And I'm looking at David Wayans like, Right? And David was cool, like, you know, he kind of just slinked off and slinked out. But I guess at the time, you know, Mike was staying next door to him in Beverly Hills, the house that they had rented. So he was just like Floyd. He's like, oh, this Mike's my neighbor. He told me to come down and play some ball. He was like, not right now,
Not right
nigga.
now, bro.
You will tear your ACL, your MCL,
Because you're going to be in the way.
your LOL.
You're going to be in the way. My homeboy Kenny had to play one time. We was running 505, and Andre Iguodala was late to the gym. We only had 9, but we was ready to play.
Right.
So I said, my man, he when I tell you we almost killed that man, he was like, bro, I got a different respect for pros because it looks like y'all moving slow, but everything is just organized.
Yeah.
It's no wasted movements. He was like, it's boom, 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 boom. And if you not on track with everything that's going on, you're going to be in the way. You're going to run somebody over. They're going to run you off. You literally going to look like a kid out there with like, man, if you're not a pro.
And you're from Memphis, so it's like Memphis is where I learned what a foul is.
They don't call those fouls.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Memphis is what I learned what a foul actually is.
Oh, yeah.
Because we was playing 1s and 2s, and we was going to 11. So a nigga JU twice. 4 points.
Yeah, that's it.
Switch, you got like they damn near don't even want you. They damn near don't even want you on the floor.
Right.
If a nigga J you twice, that's 4-1.
Right.
If he hit you again, that's 6-2, 6-1.
Sheesh.
Can't afford it.
You can't afford
You
it.
ain't gonna get back on the court.
And you played in a lot of celebrity games too, though, right?
Yeah, I played a
So
lot
did
of
you get
celebrity.
yours off in celebrity games?
In
where
celebrity
there was
games
a lot
back
of
then, we
celebrities?
used to get down. We did. I mean, there's certain celebrities that I really respect.
Yeah.
When all the like the extra Euro stepping started and all the filming of the games and everything, I just kind of fell back. I'm like, it's past my time. But when we did it, there's certain people I had a lot of respect for, man. I mean, Brian McKnight could hoop.
I heard he could hoop.
He could go. Chris Brown could play.
Yeah, Chris Brown could play.
Chris Brown would play. I would put Snoop actually in.
Snoop?
I would put Snoop there on hustle and camaraderie.
Okay.
Snoop.
All right. Okay.
No, because
Okay.
like
All right.
Snoop has a.
I seen him play. That's what I'm saying.
Listen,
Okay.
when it comes to camaraderie, Snoop can unite a room.
That's what I'm saying.
yeah,
like
It's
Yeah.
a different vibe.
it's a different vibe with Snoop. It's like.
Snoop around is a whole different
And
vibe.
Snoop
Yeah.
takes anything he does seriously.
For sure.
So he'll come out there in chucks and his, and his socks pulled all the way up, snatching boards and throwing elbows. And he literally this thin, but he plays hard, and I respected that. I also respect the energy he can create around his team.
Right.
Master P went pro, by the way.
Yeah, Master P went pro. So
That's a different conversation.
Yeah, we ain't
That's a
gotta
different
talk about P.
conversation.
He like the all right.
I always like to mention a white guy who can play. Do you ever remember a show called Shameless?
I remember Shameless.
Remember
Yeah.
Shameless?
Adam Sandler likes to play basketball.
I play with Adam. Adam's a good passer, but we're talking about. No,
I said
Adam's a good passer.
I said Adam Sandler likes to play basketball.
No, listen, because Adam's my boy. It's like,
We're naming the good players though. The good celebrity
but it's
players.
just this is another level
Yeah.
of like I'm telling you dudes that can go.
Because LA had their own celebrity league.
Yeah, the NBA used to sponsor an entertainment league.
Yeah.
And it was closed gym, no cameras, nothing, and it was like a lot of jobs got lost in there. And no, a lot of jobs got lost in there.
I was waiting for you to name Kev. You don't think Kev is nice in the game?
Kev.
Cam 3-time MVP, ain't he?
3-time MVP All-Star game.
He 3-time celebrity All-Star
That's not-
MVP.
Come on, man.
That's gold plated.
Yeah, because it is about fan voting. It is about fan voting for that. That is
That's
true.
gold plated.
That
Now,
is true.
I love Kev, but Kev was always. I love the lesson that Kev taught me about celebrity basketball, because Kev took it serious, but he also understood that we were not that, and so we should be having fun and we should be making people laugh.
Right.
And I remember one time, I would take it too serious. Me and Flex Alexander, we would take it too serious.
Shout out to Flex.
And so, if you give me the ball against Kev, especially in my 20s, I got excited. I'm just like, now I get to try my post
About the
moves.
cookie.
Now I get to give you the shoulder to bump, boom, drop step, layup. And now I get to go to work now, right? Right. So I get Kev in the post on this one particular play in the league, and Kev's talking.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, this is what I want. And so I get the ball and I take one dribble and Kev is through my legs to steal the ball. So you dribbling, you like this. Yeah.
Yeah, let's
and
go.
Kev just goes through my legs end up on the floor grappling for the damn ball in a jump ball situation. And he just got up from the floor so proud of himself.
Right.
Like, yeah. That was some dumb shit to mess up everything you was trying to do.
While people laugh.
And so, yeah, so it's like when Cam do stuff like that, it's like, my bad, I gotta calm down. I gotta calm. Posting up Kevin Hart is not gonna make me look better as a basketball player.
What's good is Lou Will, and as you can see, I'm on the set of the Underground Lounge. Look, around here we getting ready for the big game, Super Bowl 59. Here's the situation, 1 game, 2 teams, endless possibilities, and there's no better way to make every play more exciting than with FanDuel Sportsbook. Whether you're predicting the first touchdown who will take home the MVP trophy, you can even bet the coin toss. FanDuel makes it easy to place your bets and feel the thrill of every moment. With live betting all game long, you can jump into the action, adjust your bets, and ride the wave of excitement from kickoff to the final whistle. Plus, to make the Super Bowl even sweeter, new customers can score $200 when you make your first bet. Just place a $5 bet, and if you win, you'll get $200 in bonus bets. Download the app or head to FanDuel.com/UGL and bet with FanDuel, official partner of Super Bowl 59. Must be 21 plus and present in select states. For Kansas, an affiliate with the Kansas Star Casino, or 18 plus and present in D.C. First online real money wager only, $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawals bonus bets which expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit fanduel.com/RG. Call 1-888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/chat in Connecticut or visit mdgamblinghelp.org in Maryland. Hope is here. Visit gamblinghelplinema.org or call 800-327-5050 for 24/7 support in Massachusetts or call 1-8778 HOPE, New York, or text HOPE NY in New York.
But I've read something saying that you won. I don't know if this is a mishap or something, but you won dunk contest and
yeah, they used to have 9-foot rims before.
Okay, here we go. Now we're talking. Okay, all right.
Before.
All right. Yeah, now we're talking. Go ahead. I thought I read something wrong, but okay, it makes sense now. Okay.
Before the invention of camera phones and the Celebrity All-Star Games, they would lower the rim for the sake of a dunk contest.
Okay.
And I had some pretty spectacular 720 dunks on those things.
You saying it went down. Okay. That's good. Dope as hell.
And my trophy was gold-plated too.
So clearly you love basketball. Who's your favorite team? Do you got like a favorite team or you just follow players?
I mean, I'm always have an affinity for the Lakers. There's certain eras. I'm a Magic Johnson kid. Like that's just who I grew up with.
Okay.
But I love players now. Once we got to the decision, I realized, okay, everybody's a free agent.
Now, so, yeah,
everybody's a free agent, and you need to follow players,
right? Because
your favorite player will break your heart and go to the next team. And it is what it is. There,
that makes sense.
But Steph's one of my favorites.
I was gonna ask that too. Who's your top 5 NBA players of all time?
Oh, of all time.
Yeah, of all time.
See, I don't do it like that. I try to do it by decade.
By decade.
Because I feel like you have to respect the era. In the 80s, I'm gonna say Magic and Bird, Isaiah, Barkley, Karl Malone for the 80s.
So you gonna put Jordan in the 90s then?
Yeah.
Because he was drafted in 84.
I know, but I'm talking about when he became dominant.
When he dominant, it was the 90s.
So then in the 90s, you're gonna say MJ, you're gonna say Dream.
Hold on. My fault. I don't mean to cut you off. But the 80s, you know Kareem was there too, though. You didn't name Kareem.
I know. I'm doing what he's doing now.
Huh? This is his. You're right. My bad.
I know what he's doing. So
I just want to let know he forgot some names. That's
I know.
My bad.
I know.
They playing both decks.
I know. And you know what? And you're right though. I probably should have done that with Kareem. Skyhook was what it was. I probably would have. But I also factor in some. You so rude. I
respect Kareem. I respect.
Like if I'd have to take Charles out, I'd put Kareem in. I'll let you do that. I actually would.
It's translated.
Right.
They're gonna be in the dark about what we talk about. But go ahead.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So 90s was
90s. I would say MJ, Dream, I gotta say Grant. I gotta say Penny.
Ooh.
People forget Grant was the number one vote getter, man.
Grant was,
no, they don't.
Grant was
like that.
Grant was
like that, dog.
Sure.
Was like that.
Shoot, Grant made people wear felines, dog. Like,
I had them in the squads.
And then I would say,
Hill left me on scene on Instagram.
Oh my God, what's going on, man? We might got another story.
we got another one we gotta cut. We gotta cut that one too.
That's it. You don't want to go no further? Okay.
Yeah,
He left you on scene though.
Yeah, I was trying to go to the Olympics, so I was reaching out to all my plugs, and I was watching the game, and I seen Grant Hill. I was like, oh, that's the OG. So I reached out to him. He just left me on scene.
I can't do nothing for you,
I
man.
respected that. I respect it.
Right.
I respect it. He probably had a lot going on.
Yeah.
But you know what? This is LA, man. LA's a tough city. You know how you figure out your friends in LA? When you're about to go into a club,
Yeah, fuck that
and
basketball.
they say, "How many with you? How many you got?" And you got to turn around.
Right.
You got this one. That's how you know who your friends are.
Somebody say you ever gave a real number? I ain't never gave a real number. How many with you? Black hat.
Black hat, black
Last one. That's the last one.
Let y'all sort it out. Black hat. Keep walking.
Stop right there. Stop with the blue jeans. Stop with the blue jeans.
Never give him a real
The
number.
food religion. Stop right there. Stop right there.
We got to get back to his top 5.
Oh
So
God, you
got
got
to.
All right, go ahead.
So 90s,
So what happens is
you have 4.
I try to run far away from basketball as I can.
Yeah.
He runs towards it. So
I'll
Yeah.
get you back off it. Let me answer this.
Yeah, I
real
got
quick.
you. But
I'll get you back up.
90s, you said Jordan, Elijah
I said Jordan,
Wan.
Elijah Wan, Grant Penny. There's somebody else in there. I don't know. Let's get to the 2000s.
2000. Let's go.
2000s, I'm gonna say Allen, Kobe. Tracy. Come on, help me out in this. I'm
2000s.
Shaq. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
Come on,
Shaq.
Shaq. Absolutely, Shaq.
Duncan, 2000?
Tim Duncan.
KG.
Tim
Tim
Duncan.
Duncan or KG?
Tim Duncan.
Tim Duncan. Okay.
Tim Duncan. And look, I love Ticket. I got us. We both volleyball dads. Like, I'll come clear it up on your show, Ticket. I'll come clear it up on your show. All right. But I just feel like Tim really gets downplayed because he just has this stormtrooper personality.
Yeah, it was so quiet.
And it doesn't translate. But Ticket actually tells the best story about Tim Duncan.
For sure.
You've heard his Ticket. We talk about,
For sure.
ooh, nice try.
I've been
Got
saving
you.
my Kevin Garnett story.
Whoa, I want it.
Nah, I've been saving my Kevin Garnett
I
story.
want it.
All right.
Yeah.
So we got this thing that we do on every
get some
show. We
ice?
call the Fuck It Bucket.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So we go in the bucket. There's questions in there. We don't even know what's on the question, so it's gonna be.
I've never seen this part of the show.
It's gonna be some amazing questions in there. So we want you to grab the bucket and take a question out.
We all take a question.
Yeah, we all take a question.
Oh, we all take a
Yeah,
question.
we all
It's a
take a
thing,
question.
though. It's a
That's the
thing.
name of the game. The Fuck It Bucket.
All right.
Come on. You want me to set it off?
That boy
you
been-
a guest, man. I ain't come to see
That
me.
boy been media trained.
I ain't come out there too, so we can go. Come on, I got mine.
I gotta get mine.
Yeah,
You gotta get yours. Let's go. And I'm gonna grab mine.
Thank you so much.
Oh, that's long. There's a lot of writing on that.
Here we go.
Come on.
Sorry, you
Jaleel.
up first
Come on,
'cause you the
Jaleel.
guest.
Set it off.
Set it off, Lil.
Oh no.
We got a good
It's
one.
That sounds like a good one.
no. I just don't like smoke. I have a nice family. I'm chill. Here's your chance. Tell that person you don't rock with, fuck you, straight to camera.
Damn.
That's mine.
That's yours?
You want to switch?
Y'all wanna trade?
I wrote that. That's good.
That's a good one, Lil. That's a good one. That's a good one.
All right.
Wow, that's a good one.
All right. I have somebody.
You got somebody.
To get it off your
No,
Something
because
new.
it's actually from my book.
Okay,
It's actually
okay,
it's
there
a
we
whole
go.
chapter from my book. It was
Okay.
like when I was the only black kid in all white school,
Mm-hmm.
and when I got the show, it made things weird, and so I ended up going to an all black school. I was like so
was the name of the
traumatized
all-black
by
school? What
it
was
was Marshall.
Marshall. Okay.
And right there in Pasadena. And I started getting picked on heavily. And I brought some of it on myself unknowingly because we were ahead of the class at the white school.
Yeah.
So when the teacher would ask questions and stuff, it was like, I knew that shit. So I'm just trying to get a good grade. It was like, boom. And this kid in the back of the class, he would flick pencils at my head. And he was huge. Like he was in the 10th grade and I was like he had no business in our grade.
Flowers.
Yeah.
What's that man's name, man?
Nah, but in my book, like if you especially live the audible version, the both, you know.
You say his name in the book?
Yeah, I say it in the book. I say it in the book, and but my dad went up to the school and he confronted him. and he confronted him. It was a big thing. So where's the camera though? You know,
cameras over there.
For all the kids that ever got unnecessarily picked on in school, fuck you, Rodney.
There we go.
You wouldn't? I'm not done. You're not done. You know, if I do something, I step all the way in it. Not done. All right. You wasn't shit back then. I know you ain't shit now. And your daddy was old when we had to meet the principal. So my daddy would have whooped your daddy's ass. And you very lucky that didn't happen. I'm done.
Fuck out of here, Rodney.
Oh my God.
All right, what's the funniest thing you've seen happen at a wedding?
The funniest thing you seen at a wedding?
Shoot, I should have pulled that one.
Funniest thing I've seen happen at a wedding. Oh man.
Lou, you don't strike me as the type to go to weddings.
It's crazy you say that. I don't like to go to weddings. But
you want to put your shades back on?
I got what I was at. Damn, what's the funniest thing I've seen at a wedding? Man, nothing really funny. I can tell y'all some funny shit I seen at funerals.
Oh, there we go.
I'll take it.
There we go.
I'll take it.
There we go.
All right.
I like that better.
Let's get all in. All right. Tyler Perry presents.
No, I was at a funeral for a legit 7 hours one time.
Whew.
That was kind of wild. They didn't let him go.
That's country.
They did not let him go. That was crazy. I went to another one of my homeboys' funerals, and his funeral was like a comedy show. But if you knew his personality,
that's what he would have wanted.
Exactly
how he wanted.
That's exactly how he wanted it. Like everybody that came up there was roasting him, telling stories at the same time, but it was a real deal comedy show at a funeral. Dope. That's probably one of the funniest, like more comfortable funerals I've ever been to, because it felt like everybody was grieving, but like it felt good to laugh because you knew his personality. Like that's how he was.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, that's a go.
We don't do anything on this paper. We gonna go where we going. I like where we at.
I like where we at too. I like where we at. I'm still trying to think of something weird that I did, man. I'm not saying I'm perfect. I just don't.
By the way, see, he still don't have nothing. He's.
Whoa!
Shirtless in the club.
He was shirtless in the club.
That wasn't for a woman though. I was just having a good time.
He did a 61-day cleanse. And then on days, he did a 60-day cleanse.
And on 62 days. No, 61 days.
He wanted to show off the results.
And on day 62, he got fucking smacked.
I did. But I'm trying to think of something weird that I did to get someone's attention. I mean, I've danced in front of a girl before, back in the day, like in college and in the clubs before. Is that weird? Dancing in front of her, trying to get her to dance with you?
Nah, I wish dancing would come back.
Oh, I wish it would.
For real. Ladies, y'all ready to party again?
You know why I won't come back though.
Y'all know y'all
not.
Listen, can y'all make sure y'all get that message out there that y'all ready to party again?
You know why I won't come back though.
Y'all know the sections is for y'all, right?
Yeah, but you gotta make sure we want to dance with you, not just you want to dance with
No, hold on. There you go, Holly. Every time I say something,
always gotta
Holly
change
gotta
move the goalposts.
Only thing
She gotta move the goalpost.
She always want to move the
Can we
goalposts.
get back to dancing? Whoever your dance partner preference is, can you just make sure he know that you want to be on the dance floor too? Can we get back to it?
But there's no dance floors in the club no more.
I'm gonna be real with you though.
to.
There's 2 reasons why you can't get a dance club back again.
There's 2.
It's 2 reasons.
Too much money in sections.
No,
Too much money in sections.
the lights are always, they got to come way down, and you can't allow phones on the dance floor
Oh wow.
because there's going to be too many people who feel inhibited by somebody filming them, and that's what makes people that's may have inhibition. So if you can't say, yo, no camera phones past this point, and then keep the lights hella low. Yeah. And the music is popping, people will do it naturally. You won't even have to tell them. They'll just start doing it naturally. But if they see them phones come out and them lights get up a little bit, they're gonna sit down.
On the business side, the sections, like the promoters kind of
make some money.
Went too far with the section shit. But I
straight
get
up,
it.
you real.
If you can get a bunch of money from a bunch of couches and you got 10, 15 of them,
right,
clear it out. But now that the party has died, we all can admit like that was fun.
It was.
Let's get back to the basics.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Remember we did the doo-wop party in Miami?
Yes, sir.
Who went to the dance floor and everybody brought out their phone, and then the DJ and the mic said, "Hey man, put your phones down."
He went.
He knew.
He was partying. He went straight to the dance floor, and all the phones.
Everybody pull out their phones.
They cut the music.
Yeah,
like,
they said, "Hey
that's
man,
not what we doing."
Yeah, that's not what we on.
Yeah.
So you're right. Eliminate cell phones for sure.
Yeah,
There we go. Come on now, huh? Let's
so
get
you
it.
still don't have nothing. So pull something.
I like you call him out.
Do y'all got anything weird that you ever tried?
No, don't pass that off
You
to
ain't
me.
never
Dog.
seen-
I just cussed out somebody from the 8th grade, brother. I need one thing out of
did
you.
your part.
I did my part, bro.
You never sent another celebrity flowers saying, "Hey, let's meet up on the red carpet." Come on, Lil, talk to me.
I don't know you right now.
You don't
Spank.
know me right now? Wow, that's crazy. Should we? You know what? You should have brought some of the purple Urkel. We should have got lit a little bit, and then you probably would have said something about it. Let's talk about the purple Urkel. Come on now. I never got mine, by the way. He called me and said, "Yo, I'm working on this thing. It's blah, blah, blah. I want you to have some." I said, "My God, let's do it."
It's
and
only
I never
one
got
way
it.
to know.
Yeah.
Don't send it to him. He ain't gonna know if it's good or not. I'm gonna tell you where you need to
You
send it
said
to.
who to send it to?
I'll be
Send
straighten
it to me.
I'll be straighten you out. I'm looking at this right now. I'll be straighten you out. I didn't know. I didn't know.
Yeah, for sure.
What you think about the lounge, man?
I love the lounge. The lounge is amazing. I think you should have cameras running both directions.
Yeah.
It would be interesting to see what got better views. It's like I'll listen to them, but I'll look at that.
Audio on the stage, but video on the crowd. I got you. All right, here we go. Would you rather know how or when you're going to die?
Ooh, that's dark.
I'd rather know how.
Ooh.
I want to know how.
I wrote that too.
Yeah, I don't want to know the date. If I know the date, it's like, oh man.
You were smoking when you wrote that.
I got 36 hours. Oh my God.
Hey, Lil, you know how some people get high? I don't come down.
Yeah. You've been high since I walked in here.
I'm come down.
So, but no, talk about your purple Urkel, where they can purchase it at. Talk about it.
No,
What make you came up with it and stuff like that?
the name of the brand is It's Purple, and it really I created the name as a one word because when people will see me in the streets, you know, they think I can't see them. I'm very observant, and they'll start whispering. They'll be like, "Hey, it's Urkel."
Right.
And so I always wanted to be able to say something back.
Right.
So like, nah, it's purple. So that's where that's where I just kind of came from because the weed really is fire. Like I won't put out anything unless it's just like absolute fire. I'll be real with you. I haven't really made much money off of it because I care about it so
make sure
much.
it's good, yeah.
And I know it's a long play, so I do other things for money, but it's a long play. Yeah. We just want to be the best in purples.
Okay.
We're only sold in California at this point. I think I got another drop coming around March. And if you ever, the thing that makes us special is we have a rotini pasta filter. We call it the noodle.
Look at this man sat up. Hold on now.
My back hurt. I've been doing this the whole time.
I got you.
So we call it the noodle. Like anytime I go see Dave Chappelle, I always make sure he's supplied. I got a great story about him in the book.
Hey, Dave smokes.
No, Dave. But to get my props from Dave was just like with Dave. I'm like, to get my props from Dave, I took a lot to him when we were in quarantine, and he was doing comedy.
Did you go to Ohio?
Yeah, I spent all summer out there. Because when I brought my stuff, they was like, okay, we're going to send you back with the jet, and you come back with that.
Well, right.
Can you tell us some stories about that? Because I actually went, he had a movie that he shot while people were in Ohio.
I was in it.
But it's never come out.
It's never going to come out.
It's never, but if you went to the arena and you saw it, and it was a dope ass experience just watching it.
I mean, again, you start talking about GOATs. We already talked about GOATs in basketball, talk about GOATs in comedy. I mean, I just have so much respect for Dave Chappelle. And during pandemic, he had the bright idea to, out of his own pocket, he paid for anybody that wanted to come to Yellow Springs, Ohio, and see his show. He paid for them to be COVID tested.
He owned half of that place, by the way, too. Yes.
And so when you landed at the airport, you got tested, and you were not allowed to leave the airport until you got, results. One CEO did test negative and had to get right back on his plane and leave. I will not tell you who that is. I do not violate codes.
You got names,
but he would do comedy in the cornfields, and they would be socially distanced. And we would just throughout the day, we would just eat great food. We would be on the river. We'd be smoking. They got these great little rivers, these canoes, and then the show would start at 7:00, and then he got a little spot called a shack, and then after the show, you go to the shack, and you just watch the sun come up in the shack, but anybody could come through that shack.
Nah, bro,
I mean, it could be Snoop in that shack.
Movie,
it could be
everybody was out there.
Everybody was up in that piece. It made me feel normal, actually, because the one thing I love.
Yeah, I went.
Yeah. The one thing I love about Dave, Kev came through. It was one I love about Dave, though. It's just like when you're around Dave, that celebrity shit kind of stops.
Yeah, there's no celebrity.
Because celebrity gets set by the biggest person in the room. So you know how that goes. You know what I'm saying? Even on a team. You know, whoever's got that personality, that's gonna be the tone of it.
Right.
So he just has, his personality is so magnetic that it could be like, I'm serious, it could be like Rolling Stones in the room. And then suddenly they're just approachable, and you just kicking it, and you just passing the noodle.
He got a little spot out there. We went in after the show. We went in there, we chilling.
That's the shack.
Yeah, the shack. Yeah, he's smoking. I'm just standing next to him, just talking to him. He go, here. I go, yeah, I'm chilling tonight. He said, you gonna miss the chance to smoke with Dave Chappelle? I said, this nigga here. Come on, man.
And so he forced it on everybody.
For sure. I said, you're right, bro. You're right. God damn.
That's right.
You know who he is. He forced it on everybody.
I have another story.
Here we go. Come on.
I smoked with Snoop.
Okay.
Ooh.
Shit.
The
That's
night
tough.
before a game. I've never done that. I've never done that. But it was Snoop.
What was your stat line the next day?
I played well, actually. And then I started smoking before the games.
Before the game. So you started your routine.
I was at the end already.
Was at the end? Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I was.
Did the game slow down to you?
I wasn't out there that much.
Okay.
No, when I smoked, yes, but at the end of my career, I wasn't tripping.
You weren't playing too much, so.
Yeah, I wasn't playing a lot, but I had a good night after that. But yeah, Snoop. If I'm sure y'all know Snoop.
Oh yeah, and I smoked with Snoop one time.
You can text Snoop, and Snoop might text you back a month later, 2 months later.
Like it was yesterday though.
Thank you. So Snoop would hit you back like y'all been talking about it the whole time, and he'll just pick up the conversation. So we was talking about doing something. 2 months go by, my phone rings randomly. It's Snoop. Nephew, ain't you working with that kid at Kim Ali? I said, yeah. He cold, man. You gotta bring him to me. I said, Snoop, it just so happens we both in LA right now. Stop by the studio 5:30. This is a random day. I called Kim. I said, bro, you gotta drop whatever you got going on. We gotta go see Uncle Snoop. Go see Uncle Snoop 5:30. They get to working on music. I'm just a fly on the wall, but I'm giddy as hell. Like it's a Snoop.
Right.
So I smoke papers. you know, I'm a papers guy. I like to smoke clean, as clean as I can, as far as I'm educated. So before people get in the comments like, that ain't smoke, you know.
Right.
So Snoop is smoking. I'm trying to be responsible because I got a game tomorrow. I'm aware that I got shit to do the next day. But as the night's going on, I'm getting more and more comfortable in the environment, in the setting. So Snoop come over there to me, we small talking. Like, damn, Snoop. So number 1 is Snoop. Number 2, I got a game tomorrow. Number 3, he's smoking a Backwood.
You did to yourself.
Lou Will don't smoke no Backwood. But it's Snoop. I took the Backwood. I hit the Backwood. And if you know me, look, you hear my cousin? If you know me, that's like a big deal. I'm anti-Backwood. I ban Backwoods from my house.
Okay.
Can't smoke Backwoods from my house.
I like that.
Can't smoke a Backwood. The guts everywhere. It's just a messy way to smoke.
But if Backwoods want to sponsor us, we will take on the sponsorship from Backwoods, regardless of what Lou Williams say about his words.
Hey, look. Shout out to all the Backwoodigans. Yeah. Shout out to y'all. Tell the Backwoods story though. I'm true to it, bro.
Oh, we do got one.
I'm true to it.
God,
Tell the Backwoods story, bro.
So we
was that it for the Snoop story?
We was in
Tao. We was in Tao.
That's it. I ain't good as you, but I smoked the.
He smoked the Backwood with him. So it's Grammy weekend. We go to Tao. I forgot who rented it out. I forgot who it was. We go to the private party, whatever. We're in Tao. So Backwoods was one of the sponsors for the party.
Hilarious. We just shit all over Backwoods. This is great.
No. So my guy that's affiliated with Backwoods, I didn't know he was affiliated at the time. He said, yo, man, the manager, the producer, the people that run the money guys over at Backwoods, they here since y'all starting y'all podcast. This is like when we first started. He said, yo, you and Lou should go meet the guy. I said, all right, bet. Yeah, we'll do it. I goes over to Lou. Yo, bro. Guys over at Backwoods is here. Potential sponsor, you never know. Let's go over there and talk to him. He said, yeah, man, I don't smoke Backwoods, bro. I said, you ain't got to. I said, this is about sponsorship dollars, bro. Let's get the dollars. I said, yo, my guy Kevin Hart, he got all the sponsors in the world. But anyway, I ain't gonna say what I'm supposed to say. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, look, bro.
Wait, can you hit that again?
But yeah, so, you know, I beat my own self out. You know what I mean? So I said, let's just go meet him. He on some, nah, man, I'm good, man. I'm not going to meet him. I said, okay, all right, I see what's going on. So JD in the building, Jermaine Dupri, shout out to JD. I go to JD, I say, hey, bro, you got to talk to Youngin. He said, what's going on? I said, man, I told this guy, let's go meet the
this guy
Backwoods. So, you know what I'm saying, we get a future sponsor, this and that. He said, what? He said, don't he know you're with everybody that got sponsors? I said, exactly. He said, all right, Lou, come here, man. I know this is his mentor, his mentor, all that, old head. So, hey, man, you better listen to what Spank's saying. Go over there to see what they talk. Just talk. Just say hi, and then you can leave. I said, yeah, that's all you got to do. All right, man, come on. I said, all right, bet. We go over there. They had their own little Backwoods, like, VIP section. So they got us in there. We in there. Dude that run the whole sponsorship come over. Yo, what's going on, man? Pleasure meeting you. Hey, man, Lou Will. Hey, man, big fan, Lou Will. You know, celebrities, you know, I'm sure you got this move where you like step back a little bit, push like whoever you with in front of you so they can start talking to the person that want to talk to you. Yeah, he did that, said, yeah, I'm going to go to the bathroom, I'm out. And he left. But let Vic over there talk to him, but we still talk to him and everything. It was a good conversation. But he got out of there. He said it's hi, though. He at least got him to say hi.
Be true to it, man.
Yeah.
I respect that.
You can't ban them from your house. And then how crazy would I look to my friends?
Look, I
Backwood banner behind me. They wouldn't respect it. I don't care. They wouldn't respect it.
I will say that about the cannabis community. Like, you got to be true. If you're not true, that community will call you out.
Oh, for sure.
So that's why I was saying, I was like, It's Purple will never put out anything that's not fire. If you see my face on it.
Yeah.
Let me ask you something.
We go to the moon.
We talk about a lot of iconic people. Do you feel like an icon? Do you feel like you get your just due, your proper? Because that was my goal tonight, man. Talking to my family, I was like, bro, I want to get to know him. Like everything that I know about you, it's about one thing. Right. And when I was researching, having a conversation with you, I do research. Like I take this shit seriously, by the way. Mm-hmm. And I was like, bro, I look at your interviews, and I was like, it looked like work to him. Because everybody, to me, as a fan, because I was like, everybody's asking you the
same thing
shit
over and over, so get it redundant.
And so it's just, you know, you have what you're used to that conversation. I was like, man, I want him to come in. I want him to feel human with us, where he can kick back and we just have a conversation.
Well, you know, I tend to project what people give to me, and then I monitor when I'm getting something negative. Okay, not to project that back.
Yeah.
I feel completely loved by television viewers, by Black community. Everywhere I go, I catch incredible love. I mean, and I'll catch love for stuff that's not even Family Matters oriented. One of my favorite memories is me getting my bag early at Hartford, at Hartsfield in Atlanta, and two brothers came out carrying my bag, and he was like, I had just walked up to the dang baggage claim, and they walking over bringing my bag, and he was like, man, he was in Who Made the Potato Salad. We had to get your bag.
I love Atlanta, man. Atlanta,
and it was like,
Atlanta's the most left.
It's this like,
but they listen.
Yeah.
I love it that we different.
It was this little movie that I did, man, that is like a Thanksgiving classic, and it was D. Ray Davis's first movie.
Oh, yeah.
And my only disappointment, I talk about it in my book, is my only disappointment was, you know, I had representation at the time that was positioning me to go get a job still. You know, that's why it's like this generation is so different. You guys don't have to think in terms of getting a job. You can literally think from day one, I'm endeavoring for myself. Mm-hmm. Dog, I could have paid for the whole movie and owned the movie. And here I am getting scaled to be in this movie because my manager sees that as my value.
Yeah.
So when I linked up with the director after we shot the movie, and I mean, it was booty cheap. I mean, I can't talk about this production. It's in the, it was a possum in the makeup room. Like it was you know, it was, we shot it downtown, and he told me the budget. I'm like, I have that in the bank. And so it was like, because I came up in a generation where you auditioned for white executives and you either got picked or you didn't get picked, I didn't understand that someone like Tyler Perry was coming from a whole lot of no's.
Yeah.
And every room he was entering, he was never expecting anybody to give him $1. He just wanted a deal.
Right.
That's different.
Yeah.
I want distribution. I'm gonna give you this much. You're gonna give me this much, but I'm paying for my budget. And that's the one thing I really just kind of feel like I missed out on in my generation is I wrote great scripts. I started writing when I was about 16, 17 years old. I want to get back to producing now. It is work. You're right. You do see me. It is work when I'm talking to somebody and they're asking me cliche questions that feel like they really didn't do any research and they're just gonna ask me surface level stuff. But I fuck with Spank. Yeah. Like that's my guy,
yeah.
Right? You know, I've been asked outside of a club, is he with you?
I didn't think you was gonna bring that up.
So you get to see a looser side of me because of that. And then I knew who you were, obviously. I said, that's my neighbor I never got to speak to, but you know, he was outside throwing the football and everything was glistening. And so I already felt like I knew you. And then the Memphis connection, then, you know what I'm saying? I was like, I kind of shape shift, you know, and I have to do that. I've always had to do that. You know, I went to 9 different schools. And so I always had to be the new kid in school every year. And I think in the weirdest way, that would be traumatic for some people. But I actually think for me, when I look at my life, I'm like, oh, that was training for what I got to do. Because we got to meet people and we got to meet them where they at.
Yeah. Whew. Yeah. Definitely got to meet them where they at.
Take us home, Spank.
Did you all right, before I take it home, what's the craziest fan meeting you ever had? The craziest? I'm sure you done had, you know, people come up to you, cry. I'm sure you had that, right? I was ready to say, because I had that. Come on, you had to have that. All right.
You had somebody cry?
Yo, after a comedy show, I promise you, I was in D.C. It only happened one time. I will never forget it. No, crying.
Laughing.
Oh, my God.
I promise you.
Right there.
Hey, no, she came up to me and was like, I was like, hold on, what's going on now? She had a cold.
They won't get off.
She don't let me off the hook. She don't let me off the hook. No respect.
Oh, no, she came for you, dog. She came for you.
So she's sniffing. I'm like, I'm sorry, you okay? You good? She said, I done had a rough week. And I can't believe that the night you made me feel, I feel so much better about my life. I was like, oh shit, this is some real. So yeah,
that's fire.
Yeah. So she had a bad week. Yeah, see, come on, man. I'm a little funny. She had a bad week and I made her night. So that's the only cry I've had though. That's the only cry I've had.
That's fine.
So did you? I'm gonna ask Lou this too. So did you have any weird fan approaches?
I mean, I've had, especially when you do Comic Cons, sometimes you meet a lot of fans
a lot of
that are on the spectrum.
They out there.
A lot. I'm not going to hell. I'm not going to hell.
You'll say it, but you ain't gonna laugh at
it. I'm not gonna go to hell. I'm gonna go to hell. And
you ever been to a Comic Con, Lou?
Nah, I just
a Comic Con.
I don't look like where I'm supposed to be.
It's a lot of cosplay. It's a lot of people dressing up like their favorite characters, and they're full-grown adults and stuff like that. I'm not going to hell. I'm not going. I'm telling the story straight.
Right. Let's
tell the story straight. As far as just pure weird though, man, I remember this one dude. I feel bad. I think he was on the spectrum. He had to have been on the spectrum. But this one cat, they were setting up my booth for signing autographs, and so the line was forming, and they had the rope stanchions, so that people can zigzag in the line, and the one dude came through and he just entangled himself in all of the stanchions, and it just started falling and tripping all over the place, and they was clanging, and everybody's trying to jump out of the line, and then we're all staring at him, and then he stops, and then he goes, and then we're all staring, and he goes, "Did I do that?" Oh my God, and I'm like, and it was like, this dude orchestrated that.
This whole shit, right. You
like
feel
this,
bad for him, but
like this dude put on suspenders and jeans, got in his car, and he's like, "I'm gonna find something to completely F up, and I'm gonna get him to look at me."
That was thought out.
And then I'm gonna say it.
It worked.
And it was just like, all right, and security, get him out of here. All right. Get him out of here. That was just like a hella awkward moment.
No, that's an awkward moment. Lou, what about you, Lou?
I don't know. Recently, it just feels like, I don't know, people think I'm like a chicken wing expert all of a sudden. No, for real shit. Yeah. Like, I go places and they just bring me chicken wings.
What?
It happens a lot.
Yo, try this, yo.
It's like a thing. No, it's a thing.
Wow.
No, it is. It's a thing. It's kind of embarrassing. Because I want to tell people like I really love chicken wings, but they make me not like chicken wings. No,
you gotta give you a new nickname, Chicken Man. Come on.
Well, that was one of them at a time, and I'm trying to get away from it now because lemon pepper done took over.
Right.
Cause I told me and my agent, when the lemon pepper shit was going, I said, "That shit gonna stick, huh?" He said, "Yeah, that shit gonna stick." I said, "Well, make sure we buy all that shit. Buy every
lemon pepper, anything involved."
Cause I was fighting it at first. I hated it, but yeah, people invite me to their restaurants and want my food reviews, and
you do kind of look like Keith Lee a little bit.
I might have a lane over there.
The Underground Lounge will be coming to a restaurant near you to review your wings.
So it turned into a thing, and I bought it already, so I could say it publicly.
Yeah.
We even flirted with the idea of traveling around, and I had a show that we was gonna do called Lemon Pepper Approved, where we was gonna go around and try.
No.
I own the name, so
let's go.
You know what I'm
saying? What you talking about? Produced by the Underground Lounge.
I told you I'm coming to Atlanta, so if I don't get no wings out of you, I'm gonna feel the way you feel about Penny. I'm gonna be like, I sat there on the couch. He said I was cool, and now I ain't getting no lemon pepper wings.
Anybody will tell you if you with me. It's gonna be wings around. Like that's
funny as hell.
It's turned into like a thing. But if you ask me a weird thing that I experienced, all of a sudden people just gift me hot wings and lemon pepper wings.
Wow.
Everywhere I go.
And that is how Purple Urkel landed on my life.
There we go. Come on now.
Same way.
Same
way.
Any more questions? You got any more questions for us, or you got a question for him?
Maybe my question for you: did you get what you were looking for out of me?
Hell yeah. My
There
dog.
we go. Come on, let's get it. There we go.
Hell yeah.
Sound like we about to start a group chat. Right, come on now. Yeah,
Oh,
you
yeah,
gotta
we
go
going to Ghana.
We going to Ghana. You trying to roll? You been to Ghana
so
before?
we going to Ghana, y'all.
Yeah, you been to Ghana before?
Karen Bass just got in trouble for going to Ghana, so I'm gonna let Ghana cool off.
Who?
That's LA's mayor.
Oh.
I'm just let Ghana cool off for a minute. Maybe I'll go next year. Maybe I'll go next year.
So we'll go next year. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been another fabulous episode of the Underground Lounge with our guest, Jaleel White. Make some noise for my guy, Jaleel White, y'all.
Thank you.
Make sure you like and subscribe. And what else they got to do? We trying to be
subscribe,
positive.
and follow.
Like, subscribe, and follow because we your new podcasters. Let's go. Underground Lounge. We out, y'all.